you. Wish TV is your education station. A recent national report highlights how the pandemic made teacher shortages worse. News 8's education reporter Jay Jackson heard what the state's largest teachers union says needs to change to get more teachers in the classroom.
The Economic Policy Institute's report acknowledges that there's always been a pre-existing shortage of teachers. And since the pandemic here in Indiana, if there isn't significant change, there's going to be a negative domino effect for Hoosiers.
Just before the pandemic and what we're seeing moving forward is that the shortage exists at all grade levels.
Keith Gamble has been the president of the Indiana State Teachers Association long before the pandemic.
Prior to the pandemic, there were shortages. We were beginning to see those, especially in special education. There were other shortages, especially at the high school level.
He says the pandemic made teacher shortages worse, with how COVID affected everyday life in the classroom. The Economic Policy Institute's report says to end the teacher shortage, state leaders must address the two most pressing reasons for it: a longstanding decline in pay for teachers and the increasing levels of stress public teachers face.
We're also going to have to address the need for increasing our support staff pay. For many of them, it's falling below a living wage.
The Indiana Department of Education has led several initiatives to grow their educator pipeline, including launching the Indiana Learning Lab, a one-stop shop for instructional resources. They launched the nation's first federally registered apprenticeship in special education and awarded $10.6 million to schools and community partners focused on preparing and retaining teachers.
The state did make progress in 21 with infusion of dollars to help us move forward teacher salaries. We're going to have to continue that, though. It can't have just been a one-time, one-and-done situation.
The association says they won't stop advocating for better pay because in the end, it's going to cost the state much more if they don't invest. In Indianapolis, Jay Jackson for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and you can follow us on Facebook.